Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. We're building some Lego today. I've got a bit of a different setup than normal. I'm still figuring out new processes, new places to put things, yada yada yada, all of that. Before we get kicking off, we'll wait for a few more people to join us in chat. Hello, Harold. I did want to give you, Harold, you shout out your proper due. It will not be in the archive on YouTube because it was before I hit record. But thank you for hosting. I appreciate it very much. So I always want to say thanks when people do that. Yeah, Bear Cave emote in the chat from Waffles. Thank you, Waffles. But yeah, we'll wait for a few other people to pop in here. Thursday's a little lower than Saturday, but I'm expecting a couple more people here in chat. So we'll do that. Yeah, so basically, this image is weird size-wise because my backdrop isn't exactly where I would like it because I'm now sitting differently than I have previously. I figured out a way. Right now, I'm going to continue to run my streams off my desktop. So I basically added my card table next to the desk that I work on, and then just taken the computer, shifted it a little bit, and then I just turn the monitor and then the keyboard and mouse over. And it works out pretty well, but my backdrop is now not where I want it to be, and I moved it, but I didn't move it enough. So that's stupid and silly, but it'll all work out pretty easily soon. And I'll adjust it before Saturday, and then it'll be where I want it to be. But yeah, we'll wait for a couple more folks to join us. The dates of Emerald City Comic Con, the schedule went up live. I'm going to put that later in the link, or links in the show, but I'll mention it now. 6:30 p.m. I will be in room 5 on the 3rd floor for Oni Press Comics Friends Play Secret Hitler. So, Oni Press Comics, Oni, fine retailer, maker of such products as Scott Pilgrim and the Rick and Morty and Invader Zim comics, and a number of other amazing titles. Basically, myself and Charlie Chu from Oni are going to host a game of Secret Hitler, and it's all comic people doing it. We're going to get a bunch of cool comic people coming and doing it. People that have made things for Oni or just friends from Oni are going to be playing the game, and we're going to run that. That's going to be Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time in room 5 on the 3rd floor. And then How Do I Human on Sunday, March 4th at 1:30 p.m. in the room 4 on the 3rd floor. That will be How Do I Human is brought to you by Friendshipping. So Jen and Trin of Friendshipping are running a panel, also with Maya Coleman and myself and Molly Lewis, I believe. And that's going to be rad as shit. It's going to be real good. We're going to just talk about friend stuff. We're talking about panel stuff, talking about how to be a real human being and be an honest, good person and try your best. And it's going to be supportive and rad. That's going to be cool. So hopefully the Secret Hitler panel is going to get recorded and will be available for something for people to watch it later. I don't know if we're going to be able to record Friendshipping. I think they record them and then they just kind of hold on to the live shows for a rainy day. So I won't put that out. But I might be able to put out the Secret Hitler panel if Oni isn't going to put it out themselves. Because it could be adult language and adult situations. Because it's a card game where swearing happens. Board game, I should say, not card game. Anyway, should we get into it? I'm going to throw my emote back here in the chat just so you remember that there's more coming. We've got more, and one more emote coming. Alexandra is busy working on that. Her Kickstarter just ended, so she's got a little time to help me out. Hoping for a few more people to come into chat, but I'm not going to wait around for them because I want to get building on this kit. We'll talk about the kit a little bit. That'll be a good time to get people a chance to come here and join us in the chat and watch. Let's talk about the ATST Walker. That's what we're building. We're not building an Austin Walker. We're building an ATST Walker. Now, growing up, what do we got going on here? Matt Pasquale is now hosting the stream. That's so nice, Matt. Thank you very much for that. I hope a few people jump in for that and check it out. So, one thing I'll say. growing up, I thought it was an AT-AT, not an AT-AT. So I don't call it an ATST, but I thought it was an AT-AT. So when it's AT-AT and then AT-ST is weird, and I have to come to terms with that. And I hope you're going to be okay with me occasionally messing up. As you can see, I have nulled the various things we need. There's some stuff over here as well. You can't really see because I'm going to try to keep the workspace to be about here. I'm still tweaking it, new location and all that. But as you can see, I have nulled the first bag. This is a 3-bag kit, so we'll get going. If we don't finish this up today, we will finish it up on Saturday. Reach out and crush one. Yeah. Yes, AT-AT. AT&T. So we've got, I gotta look this guy's name. Look, I know Star Wars, but I don't know everything, okay? So we got Baer Malbus. This is Baer Malbus right here. And we've got an ATST driver and a Rebel Trooper to build as well. So basically, Baer here is just running for his life because he's got a rough one because we're going to build an ATST to chase him down. So, as always, I have nulled ahead of time. It makes my life a little easier. I'm going to put this on the side. We've got some decals, not too many, just a few. I'm excited about this. This might be the first or the second. Waffles, you're totally right. They are underrepresented workhorse empire. Underappreciated, not underrepresented. Underappreciated. You're totally right. People don't talk enough about ATSTs. This thing's going to be pretty tall. I don't know if it's going to be tall and wide. It's going to be too tall and too wide to fit in the box. It might not fit in the box. So that's going to be interesting to see if what happens. But we'll find out. Once again, we're dealing with two kinds of gray and black as our primary colors. That is what you're going to get when you are building Lego Star Wars stuff. You just have to get used to it and accept it. A little tough on the eyes sometimes, but not too bad for me. I usually do okay with it. Occasionally I'll grab the wrong gray, but because I don't know. Let's see. Let's bring it up to this camera because this camera's better than the other camera. So like it's different. It's noticeable on both cameras. You can see the difference. But sometimes on the paper, not that noticeable that it's different. Hello Zorbs. Zorbs, I did it. I put your kit in the mail. I'm going to send you a DM tomorrow. About a week from now, I have a code that should work, tracking code that should work in Canada. It won't work until it leaves the U.S., which will be at most a week. So within a week's time, Zorbs, you'll get some information about where the package is. So hopefully that's good. I appreciate, of course, your support. And I'm glad that as a subscriber, you won those kits, which I have finally sent in the mail. No problem. It is fun for me that of the 3 kits that I have sent out, 1 was to Norway and 2 were to Canada. So I have not sent anything to the U.S. So United States backers, get on board. Maybe you'll win the next lottery when we get to 50 subscribers, which I'm going to tell you right now, that's going to take a little while. We are right now at 27, which rules. We are usually between 25 and 30, which is great, and I am not complaining about those numbers. I would like to bump it up, but I'm not mad about it by any stretch of the imagination. All right, so we're working on our ATST. Waffles, I understand. No, you're doing great, Waffles. But yeah, right now the plan is that at 50 is the next time I give something away. When this kit is done, I'm going to take a photo of all of the Lego kits that I have built because they're all Star Wars themed. Because right now there's only one kit that we haven't built. And basically, we're just building the same thing we just built. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so there's one kit that we have not built of the Star Wars kits that I have. And I only have one, what should I call it? Oh, I only have one model kit left as well. So after this, I have one model kit and one Lego kit left. So I'm going to have to do a little shopping. And then also, when I plug my Amazon wish list, if there's anything there you definitely want to see me build, maybe you could buy it. Of course, you don't have to. You don't have to do any of that stuff, but it is available for you to consider. Um, I've got some Zoids in there. Lots of different Lego sets. The all the Avengers sets seem to have gone up in price, most likely because movie stuff, it seems like, has gone up in price. But yeah, I put some kits in there. Somebody who follows me on Twitter sent me a link because they're buying kits, and they got a Zoof and a few other kits that I was like, ooh, I want to get those. So I put a few more kits in my list, and yeah, if there's something that appeals to you that you definitely want to see me do on stream, do that. Oh, and then also said this. It's only happened once or twice, but people have said, hey, if you put this on your wish list, I'll pick it up because I'd love to see you build it. That offers continuous sans. If there's ever anything you were like, oh man, I want to see you build the Pacific Rim figure that's coming out in April, let me know. I'll put it on the wish list. Right now, the only thing on my wish list that hasn't come out yet is I put that. Let me look at it. I forget I forget what I put on there. I put on one thing on there. I'm gonna look it up right now. Hold on. Paste and go. Oh, that's right. The Unicorn Banshee real grade is pre-order right now because it hasn't come out yet. But that colors on that thing are rad, and it's a cool fit. It's a cool kit. So I would build that if I could. Who knows though, right? I've got the Double X that I'm going to build next because I've done 2 Lego in a row, and I want to build another Gundam. So I've got the Double X from Gundam X to build next, and then I've got the hover tank, and that's it. So I never. I've got one. I've got that actual the Charizard, but that I'm saving. That's the thing I'm gonna film and then put online when I'm away, when I'm at Emerald City Comic Con. That's one of the YouTube exclusive ones I'm gonna do. All right, so I knolled, and then but occasionally when there's a lot of pieces in the knoll, it's hard to find stuff. I found that, but it took a second because I have a lot of this light gray, so sometimes it's hard to find the pieces. Today's been pretty good for me, pretty laid back. I went to the post office, as I said. I had some stuff to mail out, and then I talked to the phone with Mr. Aaron Trites of League of Heels, who is now a resident of San Diego, California. So he was outside when I talked to him, and it was weird because it's January, and he was outside in a sunny weather. And as a Boston boy, that's real weird because he's not a Boston boy anymore. He's a California dude. So that's real weird. But yeah, it was great to talk to Aaron. We're talking about League of Heels stuff for the coming year. Some cool announcements coming about that. PAX East, PAX West, and the like, as well as some cool stuff to keep an eye out. But, you know, obviously I'll tell you all about it here. Couldn't keep that stuff from you if I tried. Let's see. Aaron is very cool, Harold. It was the 30s here in Florida. Yeah, I know that y'all got a bit of a cold front. There's been some snow in Atlanta, and my parents are in South Carolina and have been pretty chilly. But yeah, got a cold front again. Zorbs, I've never built an off-brand Gundam. I think that's not true. I maybe in the days of me. Maybe I built one in the past. In the days when I worked for a store that that dealt a lot in imports, it's possible that I built one that wasn't legal, but I don't believe so. I don't think I ever have. But yeah, the import store sometimes had stuff that later it was like, this is a Chinese bootleg. But that that was weird. That was mostly music CDs and wall scrolls. We sold a lot of like anime soundtracks that were definitely not made in Japan. And at the time, I didn't really understand that because I didn't understand the business of importing, exporting, and Chinese knockoffs. And I have a better understanding of that business now and what I was a part of. Oh, those were the days. The days where you go and bought VHS tapes of that fan subbers had worked hard to make, and somebody was bootlegging. And you didn't care because you really wanted to watch anime, and the internet wasn't really a thing, so you couldn't really download anime, so you had to go fan sub route. But it was still better than fan trading and like second or third generation VHS copies. These were all like second generation copies. And then DVDs came out and it made it so much easier. But yeah, that was a lot of my transition before I moved to New York. One of my jobs was working at an import store, which is a very cool place that I'm very thankful for because it kept me from just working as a house painter for my dad, which I did not want to do because I love my dad, but I did not enjoy painting houses because I am afraid of heights. And one of the things you got to do when you paint houses is paint all of the house. So it ended up being a lot of times my dad would have to like paint the top stuff and then like paint a lot while I did other things just to get low enough that I could come in and paint the rest. And that's not a great thing. Yeah, I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy waking up early and painting all day. Not great. It was fun to work with my dad because I love him, but I was very happy when I got a job in a mall instead. But yeah, I worked in an anime store in a mall. This was the late 90s, early 2000s when you can get away with that. It wasn't even like the middle, like one of those little boxes. It was an actual store. And eventually they ended up at two malls in Connecticut. And I moved from one to the other. Both were a terrible drive and too far for me to actually go, and I shouldn't have done it, but I did. All right, so we're putting some gears in here. We got a little bit of turning. Some stuff is going to happen with this. There's got these things here. I'm putting this there. So there's some kind of mechanical mechanism to this, but I'm not totally sure how it works. We'll figure it out. But there's some mechanicalness to this, which is good. I want to say hi to everybody who's watching on YouTube after the fact, including my mom. I forgot my mom watched and was watching. She reminded me today when she asked about my laptop, which is doing okay. So the Intel thing, so I don't know if the legs actually move, Zorbs, but there's something happening right now. This thing at least turns. I think this is going to be like part of the base of it will turn based on this thing. But I don't know for sure what's happening. I've got like some gears in here, but I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with this. We'll find out. Yeah, so my mom watches, and which I forgot. Oh, no problem at all. Welcome, Johnny. Yeah, I forgot because she asked about my laptop. My laptop's fine. It's just the Intel thing. Now that it's been depowered some, it doesn't like having so many webcams going. So I'm using my desktop instead, and then I'll probably use the onboard webcam with just one webcam if I stream when I travel, because I'd still like to do that now and again, or have the option to do it. You know what I mean? So we're moving on here. This is coming along pretty good. I don't know who bought this for me. It was bought on my Amazon wish list, but no one took credit for it. Which is fine. I'm not, if people don't want to tell me, they don't have to tell me. But it's nice to know. All right. So, you can't hear it. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe you could hear that. I don't know if you could. But there's like a clicking noise that it makes. It wrote that in the instructions. Click. Just click right there. I I feel like it didn't need to tell me that, but whatever. That's a weird thing. That's one of the only times I've ever seen a word bubble in a Lego set. I don't know the last time I saw that. Um, it's very important that you click it. So here's the other thing. We got two stickers here, decals. As you know, when it comes to Gundams, I don't worry about stickers. The Bandai stuff, that ain't me. When it comes to doing these kind of decals, there's a lot more finesse, like give and take. That you don't need as much finesse to do them. So I always give it a shot. I always take it. I give it one or two tries, and if it comes out good enough, I don't worry about it. It doesn't have to come out perfect. It just has to happen. So we'll give that a shot by putting these here on the back of our ATST. Got going on here. Merchador, thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that, Merchador. Thank you for following. Yeah, so I just put two stickers there on the back of this. They're not perfect, but I'm okay. Isk, hello. Thank you so much for joining. Isk was here briefly as well for my test stream, which I appreciated. Your girlfriend has 1.5 closets full of unbuilt Lego kits, so we may make some streams and videos of us building some of those in the future. That would be awesome. You should. Like I said this on Twitter last night. When I started doing this, I thought this will be something that a lot of people don't do, especially in the community that I'm in, the Giant Bomb and Friends larger internet community. This is a thing that people might be into, people might like, and a way for me to do things more than just packs for y'all. And I've always wanted to stream, and I thought this would be better than me just playing Hearthstone or whatever. And the thing I didn't know was going to happen, I don't think I could have imagined happening, is that some of you all have started building. All right, well, no merch door. Daryl needs to stay away. I was having a honest, real moment here, but I do not need Daryl with his grubby hands coming after my stuff. No, thank you. No, thanks at all. All right, so this turns the yellow piece here, and then this turns. So it does do some stuff here. I'm getting a little yellow. I'm getting some stuff here. But anyway, I didn't know that I wouldn't be encouraging people to build, to get kits, to give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, Hearthstone is just a thing that I play all the time and could talk about. I'm still going to do a Hearthstone stream at some point. But in reality, I didn't think I would encourage people. And I certainly didn't think I would ever encourage anyone to try streaming or to try building on their stream. I know a few people, friends of mine have, some of y'all have tried your own streams with model building. And the people who are just like, yeah, I gave it a shot, and now I'm building with my kids, like, or I'm just like, haven't done it in a long time, and I started doing it. That's why, like, hey, if you're working on something today, if you're working on something this weekend, anytime, send me photos. I love seeing them. I always retweet. I love knowing that people are building, and it just, like, I don't know, really warmed my heart to know that I've, like, encouraged people to, like, pursue a hobby or give it a shot or, like, add something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah, some of these kits are pretty expensive. Like, look, here's the thing. If you want to build Gundam, like popular Gundam, and you want to build Star Wars Lego, it adds up. The thing with Lego is, honestly, the thing that hurts with Lego is that this kit was probably $40-50, and I'm going to finish it today. Or I'll finish all of it but a little bit and finish that. Whereas a master grade Gundam is going to be $50 or $60, but it'll take 3 episodes for me to build it. So I don't look. Do I like thinking about money? No, I don't like thinking about money when it comes to the entertainment that I'm providing. But I still have to be practical because this is a hobby and I really enjoy it. But I still have to think about like the fact that some of these kits like cost a lot of money and don't take that long to do anything with. So yeah, sometimes you got to be practical. Always wanted to make a mech, let you build one, and went out and bought one the next day. Now my kid's supposed to. Zorbs, I love that your kids are building with you. I think that's so rad. Uh, I'm happy I have something to do with that. I think it's so cool. Uh, yeah, Lego sets is like, look, Legos are incredibly expensive, but they're awesome. So like, I don't know. I still want to build them. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, like I said, I am going to go out and purchase a. I'm going to start building on Saturday. I'll build this other kit that I have, and then I think I'm going to go out to a store here in New York that sells model kits because the Epion that I want to buy is like $50, and not Amazon Prime, because I want to build the Epion next, and I can get that in a store for the same price. So if I can get that for the same price in a store, I'm just going to go and buy it, and then I have it. So that's the probably the next kit I'm going to purchase, and then I'll just take it off of my wish list. But yeah, if there's anything on the wish list you think that you would love to see me build, like, you know, no pressure, but feel free to pop in and purchase. All right, so we built this piece here. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, spending the money. Yes, Merchador. No, I'm just talking about like this is an expensive hobby, and I have to be reasonable about how much money I put into it. Um, which is why I'm always thrilled that people want to purchase kits, or like what we had with Coyote with the last Lego kit that we built, um, which is that Coyote sent that to me because uh, they didn't have an interest in building it, but had gotten it as gifts and thought that I might like it, which I certainly did. But yeah, but I'm never gonna count on that. That's not a thing. All right, so we got a decal. Got to put a piece here. This is our leg here. All right, I'm gonna try to do this decal right, but oh, that you know what? That came out pretty good. That came out pretty good. Pages are flying because I have a fan pointed right at this, but it's also keeping me cool in this warm apartment. Uh, Lego and direction that everyone in Lego seems to be nowadays. Lego's rad as heck, but things pre-designed kits, unique parts are. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, Johnny, there's definitely something to be said for that, and I do hear what you're saying when it comes to, buying a bigger kit that with just a lot of pieces and then making it yourself. I mean, obviously, I'm attracted to the Star Wars stuff because I like Star Wars and because it's plentiful. There are other Lego sets that I could probably look at, and that's something I'm certainly going to think about for the future. Um, but yeah, there's something to be said for just like a big box of Lego. I certainly played with that more than I did other Lego. Um, I certainly, uh, yeah, I certainly played with just like random whatever Lego pieces way more than I did pre-prepared sets back in the day. Okay, so that looks like that. And then I got to put some more pegs in here. 3 of these. This will go faster once this is more like a Gundam where I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, and I know that it will be a lot faster once I have done one of them. So that's pretty fun. So just put that there. We put that there. And then there's the third one. That goes here. Great. Just want putting some pegs in. And we'll be able to build off of. Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, my Lego sets, like I decided certain pieces were like weapons because I didn't have a lot of spaceship stuff, so I didn't have like a laser guns, and I wanted to have more laser guns, so I decided like these pieces are weapons, and that was like a thing that went throughout my builds. Um, yeah, I had so many just like regular old sets like pirate ships and bunch of stuff. I would make my own rules for what certain pieces were and did. Man, I loved it. But I also am I'm enjoying doing these Lego builds. These Lego builds are very fun. I'm enjoying them very much. Okay, And then we are going to got some really unique, interesting pieces that I don't think I've seen before. I'm pretty excited about all of those. All right, so here we got here. Quest Hate, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Bear Cave. Those of you that are subscribers, you can use the Bear Cave emote to let them say thanks to Quest Hate. Quest Hate, appreciate it. Using Twitch Prime. Now, Twitch Prime is a thing that if you have Amazon Prime, you can get Twitch Prime, link your Amazon accounts with your Twitch accounts. One, you should do that anyway, because it means you don't see ads, but you can turn ad blocker off, so you never see ads, but you're also supporting streamers that run ads. Like, I don't do that, but some streamers do. So you should do that for that, but also you should do that because then you could just get one token a month, and you can subscribe to somebody once a month. Like we've got here with Quest Hate, which is rad. But if you're not doing that, give me a follow at least. I appreciate that. Follows are always appreciated. So you know, and you can set your notifications so that you know when I am streaming. I stream Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern to 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to add a third stream if my Patreon gets $150. Right now it's at $100. I would like to get that. I am going to do a bonus stream, which I have not figured out when I'm going to do. It's sometime in January. I will do one extra stream. It will most likely be a Monday afternoon. Thank you for hosting the stream. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know when, but I'm going to do a bonus, but it'll probably be a Monday, and it will be gaming related. Maybe we'll play some games with chat, or I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. But dropped a piece. My first drop of the day. I can find it. Can I reach it? I cannot reach it. Here it is. Oh, can I? Yes. Didn't have to get up to get it. Hooray, we did it. Grabbed the wrong piece and then I dropped it. So that happens. And then we need one of these. Like I said, we've got some interesting pieces on this kit that I have not worked with before. I believe some of these are just for show, and there's not a lot of movement to it, but it makes it look like it, more like a Gundam kind of a thing, where it's like, oh yeah, these move like that, huh? Right? Ha ha. I believe that to be the case, because there isn't really movement in this. Although there is some movement. We got some movement on this, so I'm wrong. There is some movement in this thing. And then this goes like that. Whoops. Nope. That goes like that. These go here. Maybe that goes like that. Gotta figure this out. Okay, there we go. We got it. But yeah, it moves up some. This thing's gonna be tall. I can't wait. I really hope that it's balanced. But yeah, this is cool. Alright, so we do it again on the other side. Like I said, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing, slightly inverted. And then this one has two of these. Yeah, I guess I can go through that stuff, but I'll put the links obviously in my YouTube later. But my Patreon, it's at $100 right now. $5 gets you these videos early, and any other videos I make. The $10 lets you vote on stuff I build. I'm just going to do the Double X next anyway, but in the future, my next thing after that will be available for voting for $10. And even $1 gets you a monthly Q&A that I only release to that, which I'm going to be recording this weekend. So that's my Amazon wish list. If there's ever anything you would like to purchase on that wish list. Also, if you don't want to buy something on the wish list, you just want to give me a little money that will go into buying kits for the future, you could just send money to the Ko-Fi. And the whole thing is that there's stuff that I always interested in building, but I like to know what other people would like to see as far as builds go. So it's very helpful for me when people let me know what they think is cool and what they think I should be building. Um, so I always try to put that stuff in there. So one of the things I did here is I put this little blue piece in the wrong gray. I put it in the light gray instead of the dark gray. So I'm going to use, for the first time on this build, I'm going to use our separator here, which should let me pop this piece out, and it does, which is rad. I haven't had to use it for something like that before, so I was actually a little worried it might not work, but it did. And then we put that there, and then this lines up with the other two blue on this side. And then we just adjust that. There we go. All right. This looks pretty cool. And then we're just putting some finishing touches on here, kind of making it look complete and built out, I should say. Did I do this wrong? I'm gonna look in this. I did this wrong. Okay, I did this piece wrong. I'm gonna fix it. Don't you worry. This dark gray should be on the outside, so I have to just redo it. Should not take long to redo. But yeah, I'm glad I noticed this now and not later. That this should be on the outside. So these go like this. Easy fix. This was an easy fix to make, and I won't make it when I do the next one. So that's good. Okay, so that goes like that. And then this goes like this. And this goes like this. Okay, easy enough. What do you know about the future mechanics grade gunpla? I haven't seen the list of any of these are the grades and what they mean, guys. Full mechanics. I've never heard of that, Johnny. So I actually don't have an answer for you. I will do some research. I'm going to copy full mechanics, and I will put that so that I remember it. I'm going to put that over here in my notes section, and I'm going to look that up. So, Johnny, I will make sure I let you know when I know what's going on with that, where it fits, because I don't know. But I don't want to make a guess. I literally have no idea. So, I will do some research, and I will get back to you. And I apologize that I don't know right now. All right, so we fixed that. We retrofitted those pieces back to the way they should be. Retrofitted is the wrong word, but I don't care. And we've got to put this here. This looks super cool. Excited to keep building this set because this looks real rad. You know what? How did I do this? Somehow I did this wrong. This piece here, I got it so that it's facing the right size, but I put it the wrong way again. I messed this up every single possible way you could mess it up. I had it going the wrong way, and then I had the wrong color going the wrong way, and then I fixed that, and then I put the wrong color the wrong way. I don't know how I did. I kept screwing this up. Luckily, it's not hard to fix, but it is pretty silly of me to mess it up literally every way possible. That's much better than a Gundam, though, because it's fixable. All right, so I did that, and I got one more piece to put on this here, a long one. You saw a 1/100 full mechanics Gundam Barber's Loop Planet. So, I don't know. Never heard of it. Full mechanics. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 1/100 is the scale I like, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. I'm assuming that full mechanics, now my guess is full mechanics is like a real grade in a master grade, because that's the thing, real grade is in between high grade and master grade, and it's all the little tooling of some cool surprises in a high grade. So maybe it's in between master grade and perfect grade, but they didn't call it a grade, they just called it full mechanics. I don't know, but I will do some research and I will let you know as soon as I know. Because like I said, I don't know what that is. All right, so we are putting some stuff here. We're putting some stuff together with our leg. We're going to build this up, and then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Bag 1 already has a lot of cool stuff to it. I'm pretty into. That goes there, and then that goes there. This is just the supports to keep these together, because it does move up and down a little bit, but not a lot of movement to it. There's not a lot in this base, though. I got to assume that it builds up. Oops. Put that on wrong. This base, yeah, like I said, there's not a lot to this, to the base of this kit. So I assume that there's a little bit more to it, keeping it stable. But who knows? Maybe there isn't. And this goes like this. Okay. Moving right along. Already on step 41. Oh, which is attaching our base. Okay. And then that locks into place when this locks into place. So this goes like this. This goes in here. And this goes like this. Oh, okay. So this piece here is loose. This connector piece here, and it's going to slot into there. I don't know if I described that well, but theoretically, it'll do like that. Yes. All right, that's just like an interlocking piece to keep that going. That's good. Now, the thing is, this is not going to stand up. This is one of the first Lego sets I've ever built where I'm like, I can't walk away from it. Like, I'm going to put it on its side because it's just not going to play. Which is funny. So this goes in here. Apparently they have instructions built in. Those are always helpful. While the kits feature inner frames similar to the Master Grade, they are not as detailed, the price lower than Master Grades and the Route 100 lines. Okay. Yeah, so they're not as detailed and priced lower. So they're aligned with the Master Grade, but they're the Master Grade size, and maybe like some parts are more akin to real grade. That's what it sounds like to me. I'll do some more research on it. But yeah, I've never heard of that line of kits, full mechanics. Sounds pretty cool though. All right, so we put that in, and then we're just going to put in a couple more pieces here. All right, so 8:45. Oh, hello. How's it going? Bless you. 8:45. It's time to talk about anime. Just in time for anime talk. Here we go. Let's talk about anime. So, first and foremost, I've been talking about Laid Back Camp, right? I won't shut up about Laid Back Camp and how it's my favorite show. Third episode came out on Tuesday. Very good. Today, Thursday. Real good. Love that show. So, I don't know if it's available in all regions, but at least in the United States, if you go to the YouTube channel for Crunchyroll's YouTube channel, you can watch the full episode subtitled of the first episode of Laid Back Camp. So that's the easiest way to watch for most people. I mean, there's some people that regionally can't see it. Yes, bless you. The show is really relaxing. You're right. The third episode is just for premium members right now because they get a week at a time for that. But the first two is available on Crunchyroll for just everybody with ads, and the first episode's on their YouTube, which I don't know what regions can and what regions can't. So we made this leg. We're going to make the other leg. I'm going to put this over here. We're building the other leg. But it is just the nicest, sweetest show. It's full of love, and the third episode is really cool and kind of develops a little bit of what's going to happen in the rest of the show. And the characters kind of grow together a little bit. And it even shows you a little bit of Nadesco's mom, or sister, who is pretty great. Because with no notice, her younger sister is like, hey, I want to go camping. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll go see friends and then come back and we'll sleep in the car. Like, that's part of episode 3 is that her sister, like, helps facilitate the younger sister for camping. And it's just like, the nicest shit. I don't know. It's just a really sweet and cute and a good slice of life show, and I can't wait to watch more of it. Um, it's the show I look forward to the most. Uh, the other show that's cute and great is just came out. It's on the second episode today. First episode came back last Thursday. It's a Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time show. And that show is called How to Keep a Mummy. Did I mention this on Saturday? I don't know if I did this past week. But How to Keep a Mummy seems real good. So, basically, got a dude, Sora. He's just a guy. He's just trying to make things work. His dad is a world traveler. His dad sends him a weird thing, which is like, it's a casket. It's like a Christian casket, Western casket. But inside of it is a very tiny mummy. It's a cute little mummy. Doesn't really talk, but emotes a lot. And so the first episode is kind of like figuring out what you're going to do with this mummy and deciding to keep it. And then the second episode is school hijinks, and you get introduced to another character. And it's cute and fun. Sora's close friend is kind of like a weird dude. And so they kind of become friends. And overall, it seems real good. Like I said, only watched 2 episodes because there's only been 2 episodes. But I'm interested in more of How to Keep a Mummy. And also the opening song kind of lets you know that there are other creatures besides the mummy that are like smaller creatures that are going to make an appearance. And that's exciting. I'm excited about that. Including, there's a tiny dragon apparently in the show. And that looks real cool. So I'm excited about that. So that's the other show that I'm like interested in checking out. And then Overlord seems pretty good. I haven't watched any Violet Evergarden. No, I have not watched that. I don't know what that is. Whoops. Keep messing this up. All right, I'm going to do this like this. Do this first. Do the steps they want you to do. Okay, so that goes like that, and then it's just go right. All right, I got it. It's messing up a step that I already knew, which is weird, unlike me. Usually I mess up steps I don't understand, not steps I do understand. I have not watched that. Let's see. After watching 2 episodes, I am keeping in my queue, but not actively watching Miss Kazumi Loves Ramen Noodles. Or ramen. I can't remember if there's noodles in the name or not. Because I don't care about this mysterious main character at all. I don't care if she makes friends and fits in. I don't care that she loves ramen. I think the ramen is beautifully rendered and it looks awesome. But the show is not really appealing to me. So I will keep my eyes on it, and when the season's over or when the season's like wrapping up, I might go back to it and give it a shot. But right now, there's too much good anime, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then, Overlord I'm watching. So here's an interesting thing. So the first season of Overlord, you're like interested in the character. He's a dude that played this video game and then wakes up inside the game, basically. And he's and the NPCs that he helped create and his friends helped create are alive suddenly, and it's all weird. And because he's playing a demonic character in the game, he's now that Overlord kind of character, the undead character. So he's like kind of reveling in that and figuring that out. And then also, like, you don't know. So that was the thing. That was a big part of that show, the first season, was even though he was like a villain-ish, you still rooted for him. Yes, anime reasons are the most important. For anime reasons, this happened. So you're still rooting for him, even though he's kind of like a demonic character. You want him to like have security for his people, and you're kind of like siding with him. Now the second season is doing a cool thing, in which case it is setting up these different tribes of lizard people, the various tribes that are that know that some demonic evil is going to come and kill them. Because in the end of the first season, they mention how like undead humans can only be so powerful to serve in this army. They're going to kill a bunch of humans, make them undead. Um, but the lizard people could be stronger as zombies. And that's how you end the show, the first season. So the second season, of course, they're going to kill these lizard people. But the second episode is all about the lizard people. It's all about them, like, figuring out, like, maybe forming an alliance and, like, trying to come together in order to take on this evil threat, which is the main character. So it's kind of interesting because, like, it's setting up for me to maybe not want them to die, in which case I want the main character to fail, and that's just a weird thing. I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know if I'm describing it well, but basically it's setting up these characters that, like, I don't want to be slaughtered and turned into the undead kind of like zombie warriors. They seem cool. And, like, one is this kind of like albino-ish character because she's a priestess, and the main dude is just like, I don't know, I love it because it's very anime that, like, he's got this important mission. He's got to unite the tribes, and we got to go for this and make this happen so that a certain amount can escape, and we might die, but this is the best chance we have to survive, and all this stuff. And then he meets, like, this, like, albino dragon lizard person and is just like, marry me, yo, whoa. And it's, like, hilarious. I think it's very funny that he's just, like, gets distracted by her beauty and uniqueness. And of course she doesn't think she's attractive because it's anime. But I don't know, it was a cool surprising moment that I didn't see coming with this show. Alright, so that goes like that. On this side, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that Overlord is basically being like, hey, here's these characters. You root for them to die. They're not bad people. Because even an Overlord, like, it definitely kills some people who are not super bad, but he kills a lot of people who are, like, garbage trash. Destroys a lot of them. So, like, for a good chunk of that show, you're still rooting for him, for Ainz Al Ghul to, like, destroy stuff and win. So it's kind of interesting to start the second season being like, what about these lizard people? Aren't they cool? You don't want them to die, do you? And it's like, I don't want them to die. Alright. I don't know. It's interesting to me. Anyway. That's the anime. There's your anime talk. There's still some stuff I haven't really watched. I watched, like, the first episode of the new Card Captor, which seems good. I don't know much to say about it. It seems good. Animation is cool looking. I'm into it. Let's see. What else did I watch? I haven't watched Citrus yet because it just seemed like a drama. It seems like it's going to be a drama, and I just didn't have an interest in that right now. I'll probably check it out, but yeah, didn't really have an interest in watching that. And then, yeah, there's other stuff that I'll check out because there's plenty of anime right now. Yeah, but yeah, there's some good stuff in there. I want to see. Let's see if there's anything else that I have been watching. To look at my queue on Crunchyroll and see if there's anything else. Oh, Sanrio Boys. Second episode of Sanrio Boys. Real good. There's going to be some drama in this show, but I'm engaged and interested. I haven't watched Katana Maidens yet. I haven't watched A Place Further Than the Universe. And I watched the first episode of Record of Grand Crest War, and I was not interested in more of that. that seemed very typical. That's the only like real shonen thing that showed up, but that seemed real typical. It just didn't appeal to me at all. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I try to keep up with anime stuff because I don't watch really TV that much. But with GDQ, I watched a lot of streams, and now Games Done Quick's YouTube channel is just pumping out the videos. So I've been able to kind of like check out stuff that I missed. So not everything's up, but they'll put a lot of stuff up, and so that's been pretty cool. All right, so then we got to put this other leg on here. I'm gonna try to do this right. So this goes like this, and then this has to go somewhere that this will. All right, we did it. Connected them, and then this thing is tall. Look at this. Let this thing come together. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's anime talk. Still going to keep up with stuff. I'll keep you posted. I'll watch some things before Saturday. But yeah, right now on Tuesdays I watch Overlord and Sanrio Boys, and then Thursdays I'm watching Laid Back Camp and How to Keep a Mummy. And I think right now those are going to be the shows that I'm watching more than anything else. But that might change. I might find a few other things to occupy my time. I haven't made decisions on that. There might be other shows that are good. Like I said, I'll probably wait until the end and watch more of that Miss Kazumi Loves ramen noodles, because right now it's not really engaging me. All right, so we're just about done with bag one here. The Mummy Show is very cute, Waffles. And then also, have not watched that. What is it called? Oh, I didn't even put it in my queue yet. I haven't watched that new Trigger show. I will, because that seemed like people were real into it, but it has not. I have not gotten there yet. But that Mummy Show is really cute and fun. And that mummy is incredibly adorable looking, so I think it sells it. I've been into it. All right, great. So that's our that's what we got here so far. Right now it doesn't. Let's see. Yeah. Here's our tall robot hanging out, being tall. Oops. All right, we got to get into bag two here. We finished bag one, so we're going to take what's left of bag one and put them in a tiny bag, because there's extras, because it's Lego. And they know what's up. So we'll put that there. There's a new Trigger show. Yeah, it's Trigger and is it A1 Pictures that partner with them? It's Trigger and one other people. But it's it seems to be Pacific Rim in space. Like there are mechs and there's synchronization. I don't know if it's like mental synchronization or what, but it seems to be like dual pilots and young people and seem pretty cool. But I just haven't watched it yet. All right, so we're going to put him in here as well. All right, so we're going to build our Rebel pilot and our Imperial pilot and a Rebel soldier. We'll build that. As always, we're going to start by knolling. I'm going to put this here right now. I'm going to try to open this bag so you don't hear me open this bag. Darling in the Franks. That's what it is. Thank you, bless you. Yeah, Darling in the Franks. I have not checked that out yet. All right. So open the bag, and there's a bag within the bag. Of course there is. So what we're going to do, two bags within the bag. So we're going to put our pilot stuff, any minifig stuff we just leave here on the table there, and then everything else we just know by color. As always, our knolling goes the three primaries, and then I kind of just group the other colors together. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Did a lot of talking today. I had, as I said, I talked to Aaron Trites, and I also talked to another couple people on the phone earlier in the day. Did quite a few bit of talking on Thursday. Thursday is usually pretty chill for me. But yeah, had quite a bit of talking today, and my allergies are kicking in because in my area here of the country, it is jumping between like 10 degrees and 30 degrees. And that 10 degrees can often really affect my allergies. And I've got a good heat, which is kicking in, but that'll, it's a dry heat, then it'll affect you. All right, yeah, so as always, we're just knolling. Oh, we got these pieces again. One of my favorite weird pieces, which is like a bolt. So I like to put those in between the two. And, if I had a lot of time, I would knoll, and then I would separate by color, and then I would separate again by, what the hell? I would separate again even further. So I want to point this out because I believe this to be true, that these are 3 different colors, right? I'm not wrong. Yes, these are 3 different colors. Okay. Wow. So this color here is a different gray than the other grays that I have. God damn it. All right, I'm going to be really careful of that. There's almost like a, I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not a blue, but like, there's a little bit of blue in that. That's weird. All right, we'll throw this back over there. That's strange. I don't need that in my life. Come on. Lego. All right, what we got here? Another show coming out this year called SSR Gridman, apparently. Oh, super so. Those are, yes, they are 3 different colors, but I was like, it took me a second because I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? I was very, very surprised by that. Because, like, I've been dealing with 2 kinds of gray, and suddenly they gave me another gray. Now I'm going to second guess every single piece. Man, that was weird. There. All right, those are the big ones. Now we can separate the little ones. Well, we could also, I guess, put these together here. This guy, this guy. He's got his helmet. Let's see, does he have 2 expressions? Sometimes these minifigs come with multiple expressions, or 2 expressions instead of multiple. They come with 2, and that's fun. This guy just had the 1. And then put his helmet on. Wrong. And then put it on right. Great. He's there. He'll have a gun that I gotta build, which I'll build in a bit. And then I don't know where that dude's face is. It's in another package. One of those grays is with a A. Gray and gray. Yes. The Empire loves their black and grays. So yeah, I mean that's the thing I've been getting with building these kits is like a lot of Lego Star Wars is that it's mostly variations of different colored grays. But this is a new color even within that. So that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, grays and black are like basically all I'm dealing with when it comes to these kits, which has been fine, but it's occasionally pretty surprising. There's a gun. I also don't like that they just don't put all the minifig stuff in one bag. Like, put it all together. Make my life easier. But anyway, we're knolling. We're getting things done. It's pretty mindless. I'm just separating, doing all that. But yeah, I think I think I finished up my anime talk. Hopefully I'll get to the other shows that I haven't seen yet. And check out ones that I haven't seen that people have been recommending. There's just only so many hours in the day, and I got speed runs to catch up on that I missed. And there's like, the usual content. Like I've talked about this before. On YouTube, I follow 3 different streamers and YouTube creators that make Hearthstone videos, and then one guy makes 2 videos that are like sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes, they vary, And the other two people make them that are usually about like 10 minutes each, but they make daily videos, and so like I'm trying to like keep up with all that stuff because I want to, but it can get hard, you know. After a while, you're like, oh man, I got a lot of videos to watch. And then I'm watching another like Let's Play series where they play a bunch of different games, and they do that like every day. But those are pretty short videos, and then usually I just have them on while I do other things. I don't focus on that one too much. And I have a few other people I follow on YouTube that makes things like weekly and all that. Try to keep up with people while they're making content. Especially if it's content I like, you know. Want to keep up with folks, see what they're making. All that. All right, we got a little bit of blue, so put that over here. Now this is the run is back, and that's another 34 minutes. Yeah, that happens. People like make series, and you want to catch up, and then suddenly it's like, oh man, and then you want to let things go, and then maybe you want to catch up with those things, and you're like, oh well, I'm back into it. And then someone will start a new series. Like I haven't watched Drew. I'm a Patreon a supporter of Drew Scanlon. Have not watched his latest Brazil video. Gotta watch that. I donate money so that he can to his Patreon so that he can do these streams. I should watch all the videos, and I haven't watched it yet. I think that's probably when I watch tonight when I get back from producing the show that I produce. I'll come back home and to wind down before I go to bed. I'll watch it then. That's my goal, is to do that. I was gonna watch it at dinner, but there's anime that I want to watch. It was a tough job. It's a tough problem to have. So anyway, here's our Rebel and our Alliance. There they are. Put them in the bag. So many minifigs. So little time. Whoop, we got going on here. Not that Will Smith is hosting. Thank you, Will. Not that Will Smith, the other Will Smith. I forget what show it was. Oh, I think it was the Polygon Show, which is a podcast I think is great. Polygon Show was talking about or it was something. Oh no, it was Polygon, but it was Awful Squad, which is Polygon's weekly stream that they do of them playing PUBG, and they were talking about Will Smith, and Simone de Rochefort didn't understand that they were talking about technology Will Smith and not and streaming Will Smith and not actor Will Smith, and it was very funny because it was like, no, not that Will Smith, our Will Smith. It made me laugh a lot because a lot of people make that mistake. Trying to find good speed painting and speed building videos and stuff like that. Like, Will Smith the fourth. Yeah. I mean, Will could have just gone with his actual first name instead of his middle name, and he could just be Vernon. But I think his life would have been pretty different if he had been Vernon Smith. It's still a great name, but it's not the same as Will Smith. All right, so that's the bags we needed. We knolled our bags. Got a couple interesting pieces. This is a very bright orange. That's rare in these kind of builds. A clear one, that's rare too. So we're basically building the cockpit right now, it looks like, for our ATST. So we'll build that. Yes, of course. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I do always think it's very funny that people think that we're talking about Will Smith, the actor. And also now Will Smith is a video blogger. Actor Will Smith is making video blogs, so like, who the fuck knows anymore? Nothing makes sense. Alright, so we'll put that on there. These are very shiny silver pegs, which is cool. 3-prong, 4-prong. Yeah, so Emerald City Comic Con will probably be next time I perform. I thought I might do a show in February. I had pitched a show, which, as far as I know, is not getting approved at my theater, which is fine. That's part of the process. But I was hoping to have a show up in January or in February. Looks like I won't. So my next performances will be at Emerald City Comic Con. I'm gonna do. The plan is to do a couple live stream shows. for Oni. Small little things of like, here's what to check out at Emerald City Comic Con. Hey, did you know this book came out? That kind of stuff. Like, here's a 10-minute interview with a comic creator. Like, that's what I think we're doing. And then, of course, I have those two panels, which will be pretty cool. So those are kind of like the big things coming up for me in March, and then I come back to New York for a couple weeks, and then I go to in April. I'll go to PAX East. I'm excited about that. Do a couple panels which I submitted. If you're a PAX East person and you were thinking, I should submit a panel this year. This is the year I submit a panel and see what happens. Well, you got to finish up because it's today is the 18th and submissions are due on the 19th. So submit if that's something you're interested in doing. You got to get that done. Because that's due tomorrow at the time of this recording. A piece there. One of these. Okay. So it looks like we actually won't finish this today because we're at 9:11 and we're going to go to 9:30. So this will actually be a 2-day build kit, 2-day build, which is great. Not great because I like to knock things out, but great because it helps me. It definitely helps me. I'll finish it up on Saturday, and what I'll probably do is just start the Gundam then, which is good. We're going to keep going right till 9:30, so don't you worry. We've got a little time to hang out. Harold, you booked your plane tickets for PAX. That's great. I have a hotel room, which I'm hopefully going to be canceling because I have it set so it doesn't cost me money if I cancel within a certain amount of days because I'd rather stay in Airbnb. I'm trying to get that together and get that worked out. That's my hope anyway, is to have that put together for the next PAX East, but we'll see. But if I gotta stay in a hotel, I gotta stay in a hotel. Just they're pricey. Boston hotels are pricey anytime, especially at a big convention that nowadays they know about, and they're not. You're not pulling the wool over their eyes about it. Like Boston knows when PAX is happening, even though PAX East happens at different weekends every year. They fucking know, and they're ready for it, which can be pricey. Alright, so that goes like this. That's pretty cool. And then this goes in there. It's kind of neat how that works. But yeah, so I'm excited about PAX East. And then I'll be going to, PAX West later in the year. I need something in between. That's the thing I don't have. It's between PAX East and PAX West. I don't really have anything I want to go to. I mean, there's Gen Con, but I don't have a good reason to go to Gen Con. So I'm not going to Gen Con. This partnership with Oni, I'd like to see where that goes. It could lead to something cool. It could lead to me doing more stuff. That's the hope anyway. All right, so we got this one piece of this one weird color that we only have two of, so we put that there. And then we're just building up with our browns and our 4-piece dark gray. So like that. Goes like that. Goes like that. Looking pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else really striking to say about anything. Full on PAX East hype. Yeah. I mean, I love PAX East. It's my home show, which is weird to say because I don't live in Boston. I live in New York City. So for that to be my home show doesn't really make sense. But that's how I feel about it. Much more than New York Comic Con, East feels like the show that is mine. I get to do cool things. And League of Hills is going to do some cool stuff. I'm going to have some panels and do my usual cool times. My guests, which I'm not going to announce until we know, for both improvised postmortem and the for it are both really solid guests. Hopefully they'll all be able to do it. Uh, because sometimes schedules don't work, but my hope is right now that everyone that said yes will be able to stay and do it. But if that happens, it's going to be really solid guests for both my things. And I'm still not done with improvised postmortem because that one I can be a little loose with, and I can have like surprise guests or whatever if I want. So I can kind of wait for the schedule to be done and then like book some other people. But yes, first 440 was 5 years ago, Harold. Yes, I know. It's very strange. I hadn't been doing it too long in New York when I decided I would try to do it there. Um, yeah, it's been a while, and also isn't that long ago. So it's weird that it's both those things. Um, put this here. This is a cool piece. I'll show this piece off. Um, it's two in the front and two on the side, which is just kind of a weird piece. A weird Lego piece. Here we go. These things still punch in and out. Pretty cool. Okay, and then gotta put these other interesting gray pieces on. Yeah, there's some cool, pretty custom pieces for this ATST. Pretty psyched about it. Yeah, Harold, it is weird to think about sometimes about where the time has gone and how I've been going to PAX East for 7 years because I'm going to PAX East as long as there have been PAX East, and I believe the second year, which is the third year of it, but the second year that it was at its new home, its current home, the third year of PAX East was the year that I first submitted a panel, where I was like, oh, I could probably do this. I've become friendly enough with people who are very funny and who, at the time, Cahill White knew. Cahill was the then programming director for panels at PAX and knew Ryan very well and did not know me at all, but like I said, knew Ryan really well and knew Chris and knew Pope, kind of. He didn't really know Pope too well, but he knew Chris Kohler and he knew Ryan Davis. So when I submitted, apparently he contacted Ryan to make sure that it was on the up and up. And then Ryan was like, yes, Pat's very funny. I don't know anything about this panel because Ryan didn't read his emails about it. He said, I don't know. I know it's a comedy panel and Pat's a good dude, so it'll be fun. Because my first PAX East was like, my first 440 it was like Friday night. It was like Friday at 7:30. It was an incredibly good time slot. And we were in the streaming room because the first year I didn't have it filmed. I was just in the streaming room, luckily, and was able to rip the streams. I think the first two were like that before I got a crew, which is, when I think about it, kind of incredible that I was able to get such a cool slot at such a busy convention at the time. It still is, obviously, even more busy. But yeah, kind of bonkers that happened. Always be grateful for Ryan Davis. Chris had been doing some cool stuff and people knew him, but Ryan agreeing to be on my panel, sight unseen, really booked that panel for me because mostly they were just excited that Ryan was doing another thing and coming because he's a draw, and certainly at the time, clearly a draw. Miss him very much. He's a great dude. I think about him quite often, about what he would think about what's going on in gaming and the world at large and his company. Yeah. Didn't mean to get depressing here at the end, but miss that dude. July is never going to be as good as it once was. Beginning of July, like July 3rd, is always going to be a kind of crummy day. You didn't go to PAX until 10 p.m. Friday night that year. Wow. Yeah, the 15th PAX as a whole. Like, I'm going to go to the 15th PAX. Prime, I've only been going as long as there's been wrestling. So I missed the tribute to Ryan at PAX West. It was not a PAX for that one. And then the next year I was at, and I have not missed a PAX West since. Hopefully will not miss this year. But yeah. All right, we're gonna do this one last 2 steps here, and then we'll take off on this page. Um, but yeah, I've gone to every East. I went just as a fan for the first several two. Now I go as a panelist. I mean, that third year when I submitted 404ing it, I also bought a weekend pass that I then sold to a friend of mine. But I bought a pass because I had no guarantee that I was going to get a panel. Now it's like pretty guaranteed that I'm going to do something there. Like at the very least, League of Heels will still get in as long as we keep submitting. They're going to keep accepting us because we do a crazy weird thing that they enjoy and we enjoy. I'm going to cough. Pardon me. Ryan was the glue that held early John Bomb together and his achievement that cites. Yeah, I mean, look, Ben, you're right. Johnny, you're right. I've been able to have some pretty deep friendships with some of those people and count them all as pretty close. Some more than others, but yeah, Ryan was a special guy, and him thinking that I was funny, and him wanting to work with me, is one of the biggest ego boosts I've ever had. I felt like I was doing something right. That Ryan thought it was worth his time to do stuff with me, to do projects with me. Makes me feel really good about that. 'Cause dude knew what was funny and knew what he liked, and yeah, I'm not the first person to say that, but having Ryan Davis want you to do well and thinking that you're good was a big accomplishment. And yeah. Yeah, like I said, I did not mean to get retrospective and introspective on y'all, so I apologize for that. But, sometimes it happens. But yeah, I miss that guy a lot. All right, so put that there. Here's our other weird. I don't know what this color is, but it's not like anything else. There's only 2 pieces like it, and this whole build so far anyway. Maybe in the third bag there's more. And then we'll put these other 2 pieces up, and then I think we're gonna call it there. All right, so we're gonna put that there. We're moving right along. We're gonna be on step 96. I'm gonna fold the paper down because I don't have a pen on me to let me know that that's where we're at. But yeah, we're in step 96 here. So I'm gonna kind of move these pieces. I'll read. I'm just gonna kind of put everything together, and then I'll re-null it and then null the third bag before we start our Saturday stream. But I'll be back Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, to continue our build. This is what we've built so far. This is going to rest up here in some fashion, in some way. This is a big old build, and I'm psyched about it. So I'm going to put that down. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you on Saturday. And enjoy the rest of your building, and enjoy the beginning of the weekend. Thanks for coming out and hanging out in chat. And see you all later. Bye-bye.